everyone, today we're gonna be baking and I have this Barbie delicious cupcake kit and that we're gonna try out, and this is vanilla cakes. So let's get into it. So here's the kit. It has some ingredients here on the side and instructions on the back. Popping. The first thing the mix tells you to do is to preheat the oven to 185 degrees. Whisk cake mix and egg and 35 milliliters of water or 7 tablespoons. So let's do that. I have some water, so let's open it up. I got a tablespoon. I couldn't find my actual measurements. I have it somewhere, but I just can't find it. So normally you should be more precise than this, but I think it will turn out fine anyways. So I got this kit at a store called the English Shop here in Sweden, in a city that I live, and they used to sell a lot of British items, but unfortunately they went bankrupt, so the store is closed now. But you used to be able to find a lot of fun things that you wouldn't normally find here in Sweden. So that's where I picked this kit up. So now let's add the egg. The next thing is to do. Spoon an equal amount into cases. Bake in the center of the oven for 10 to 12 minutes until cakes will be cooked. Leave to cool on a wire rack. So I have lined a tray here with parchment paper. So I'm gonna put the muffins on this one. Do you usually like baking? I love baking. I have done it ever since I was little with my parents. And I always loved doing all different types of cookies and cakes and other things like that. So I love it. Usually I never do all these cake mixes. I usually do things from scratch, but because it's so unusual for me, I think that's pretty fun to do. So let's see. I spill a little bit outside, but I don't really mind. You don't have to be perfect when baking. Everyone is not perfect. So the only things that I needed to add myself to this was 1 egg and also water. So that was it. It's pretty easy to make.
Help me find the right words to say to get us back on our way. Can we try to fight against the grain of throwing out what we made? The future's far away.
So I have all of them on the tray now, so let's put them in the oven. And they're supposed to be in there for 12 minutes.
I feel again, we're bringing this back to life. We're picking up where we left off and on again. We never quite could forget, 'cause what we got so intense.
Now when we have the cupcakes in the oven, let's make the frosting. And it says carefully cut off the top of the mix sachets and empty it into a medium-sized bowl. Save sachets for later. Add 10 milliliters of water or 2 tablespoons of warm water. Add 50 grams of softened butter to topping mix. Whisk until light and creamy. So let's do that. I got a little bowl here, and here is the yellow topping mix. So let's add some water. 2. And let's see how much butter it was. 50 grams. So I do have the butter here, and between every of these lines it's 50 grams. So let me cut some. Cut from this side. So this much. So let's put it here. And of course I washed my hands so they're all clean. Let's combine all these and see what we get. You know, I was just looking at the package again and I realized that it said teaspoons. And I added to everything tablespoon. So this will be much more liquid than it's really supposed to be. But you know, everybody makes mistakes while baking. And I guess it's the end results that only matter. So hopefully it will turn out fine anyways.
It's not a game that I am playing, my love. Try to hold my feelings.
So it's quite liquidy, which I now understand. It's because I add too much water. But I'm sure it will be fine. So I'm gonna put this bowl in the fridge for a little while and see if it can harden up a little. I guess this is how it looks when you do everything wrong. Isn't that quite sad? So this is how they ended up like, because they all floated out because I added too much water. I just decided that I would decorate 6 of them. So this is the 6. So now I'm gonna put the frosting on top. I pulled the frosting out of the fridge. It's much more solid now, so it should be easier to put in the bag. I'm gonna use this bag as it says in the description here at 5 Place topping mix carefully in an empty sachet, ensuring mix is pushed to the bottom of the sachet. Fold top over and close sachets. Carefully snip a small corner off to make a piping hole, or use a piping bag if you have one. So I'm just gonna use this one. So let's do that. I'm gonna use this one that we used for the topping. So let me cut off the top. And for me it's okay that you mess up sometimes. Everything doesn't really have to be perfect. So I'm sure they will taste just the same anyways. Just a little bit less fluffy perhaps. So now let's open it up and put the frosting inside. I think that's enough for now. So let's fold it over. Push it to the corner like that. And let's snip off the little edge. And let's decorate. Let's make like a swirly pattern. Like that. Well, it's not perfect, but it's fine for me. So let's add some of the sprinkles on top. I have them here. So, bag. Just gonna do it from my hand. Yep. So that's the finished result. So let's compare it with the box. Here is the box. Here is mine. I mean, does it ever look like the box? But I think this is fine. So now it's for the big reveal. What does it actually taste like? Let's find out. So now I'm here with the finished result. Yeah, I mean, even though everything not always goes as planned, I think they look okay for me. It's not like I'm in some kind of competition with anybody. They're fine for me. I'm sure they will taste just fine. So let's try one. Let's try this one. Let's see what it tastes like. And let's see if I will feel as happy as Barbie eating these cupcakes. Tastes very sweet. I don't think this will be my favorite. Too much frosting, I think. They're not great, but I guess if you're a child and you made this yourself, I guess you would love them. Let's see what someone else thinks. Hello, sweetheart. Would you like to try one?
So gooey. Oh, never mind. Is that custard?
It's frosting.
Oh. Okay. It's thin. I guess the cupcake itself is fine, but I don't like the frosting flavor.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's too sugary. It tastes like you got 5 sugar cubes in your mouth or something like that.
I don't know. Tastes like old. I wonder if it's...
Wow. Great.
I wonder if it's 2 years old.
It's Barbie cupcakes. Does it taste like Barbie?
Sure. Plastic, I guess.
You're such a mess. Okay, thank you for your opinion. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.